It's always weird. I think it's funny when women get upset with you
Right.
when you masturbate. That subject to me is hilarious.
Right. Really? You
Like
get
when
mad
a
at
woman's
me.
like, "Oh, you're gonna do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, like you should do it too." Like
Right.
there's times like I get it. It's a little weird if you're like doing it in bed next to her when she's like she's reading like the Notebook and you're like just masturbating. Like that's fucking
How's the book?
that's strange.
Masturbation has a part of the whole sexual life. You know what I mean? Because you don't want
You
to.
always feel guilt. Like I always feel guilt, even to this day. I'm 40 years old. I still feel guilty afterwards.
Yeah.
But like not guilt, like it's just quick guilt. It's like, it's like, man, it's like you kind of gave in to yourself,
Right.
but you're also like having sex with yourself, you know?
Right.
So in a way, so it's kind of, I get it. You're like, this is kind of weird. I'm doing this to myself because you're taught like you have sex with another person.
Right.
As a man, you grow up, you're like, have sex with a woman and you're doing it because you love her or you're doing it to have a child.
Yeah.
Not just, for your own pleasure, just to get off,
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because it's like you don't want to just continually use someone as a sex rag.
yeah, so you just do it to yourself.
Yeah. It's like it's
Use
respectful.
yourself. It's always weird. I think it's funny when women get upset with you
Right.
when you masturbate. That subject to me is hilarious.
Right. Really? You
Like
get
when
mad
a
at
woman's
me.
like, "Oh, you're gonna do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, like you should do it too." Like
Right.
there's times like I get it. It's a little weird if you're like doing it in bed next to her when she's like she's reading like the Notebook and you're like just masturbating. Like that's fucking
How's the book?
that's strange. That I get if she's like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
But like if a girl walks in on you and you're masturbating, like it's embarrassing because it just is no matter what.
Yeah.
But it should just be like, oh, like it should be funny and or like should be applauded, man. It's
Yeah.
like,
I was
you
like,
needed to
oh,
do
you're
that.
horny? Well, let me help you out.
That or just like, hey, man, enjoy and close the door and go back to whatever you were doing.
Yeah. Women love to take it
Don't
personal,
give me a
though.
shit for it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you don't want to sleep with me? Well, you haven't come on to me in 3 weeks. Well,
We
you
haven't
have
had
not
sex
complained
in 2
about.
years.
Yeah. Well, what is going on here?
For me, it's always funny because like when men masturbate, especially in movies or shows, or you just think like in real life,
Yeah.
it's always kind of this dirty little like when women, it's like candles are everywhere.
Yeah.
She's just finished reading. There's some nice
got a glass
spa
of
music.
wine.
Yeah, she's got wine on. The tub looks amazing.
And she's like,
with guys, it's like
what should I
fucking
do?
rings in the tub. The sheets are disgusting. There's
Right.
like
Got
it's
a
there's
magazine,
beer
he's, like,
cans on the
flipping
foot.
through.
Yeah, it's just like such a different scene, and it's kind of like it's
Kinda
true,
true.
kind of. Yeah, like I've never lit
I've
candles to masturbate. Can you imagine that? Like women masturbating, it seems like such a beautiful moment. Like I'd walk in and I'd almost feel like I'd literally
what, you
just
do
close
you.
the door quietly so it
Right.
didn't make a noise and just tiptoe away.
Like she's learning more about herself.
Totally. With a woman, it's like, this is my personal. And with men, it's like, you fucking pig, piece of shit. It's like, damn, dude, how is this so
Lopsided.
different?
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
Right.
But it's still fucked up that it's looked at so differently when it's technically the same thing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Different instrument, same thing.